Hey, gang, welcome. Your Saltwater Guide, Captain Dave Hansen. And today we got the guys from Coastal Worldwide. We got Blaine and we got Dylan hanging out with us, talking about fishing, talking about Okuma and all the great things Okuma does for both of us, all three of us. And gang, what a great show this morning. We already got a huge audience watching the live fishing shows at Catalina. It is incredible. Justin's still in the bottom right-hand corner catching fish. If he catches something extraordinary, we'll switch over to him. But hey, gang, how you guys doing, Dylan? How you doing, Blaine?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, well, since you guys were on the show last, you guys kind of blew up on Facebook. My God, you're approaching 500,000 followers. That's insane.
Yeah, almost there, man. It'll be just a couple more days, and yeah, we should be there. Pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, definitely just thankful for the support because you know how it goes. You put a lot of effort in the content, and you think it's going to be great, and sometimes it lands, like our YouTube channel, or like our Facebook, and then sometimes it doesn't land, like our YouTube channel. So.
Oh yeah, it's the social media thing is a very, very strange animal, and they love to play with the algorithm. My goodness, Facebook
and our paycheck sometimes.
Facebook's notorious for playing with it, and TikTok. Oh, don't get me started on that. And
oh yeah, we've heard the same thing actually about TikTok. We're close to monetization on TikTok, but now since we're almost there, I'm kind of like, is it worth it, or we'll figure it out?
Well, dude, I've been at 140,000 followers for 3.5 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's better than not being able to start a page at all. We weren't even able to start a page because every time we did, we'd get banned for breaching community guidelines. So at least you have a page.
Yeah.
You know, there's a plus there.
I don't know what was happening for a while.
Yeah, well, Elliot and I, we got started in the very beginning of this whole thing, and I'm blessed, but I don't have a following like you guys do on Facebook. My God, you guys just are going absolutely bananas. And really, if you get down and you get honest, Facebook pays the most anyway. So
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Nobody believes me. They're like, well, what about Instagram? I'm like, yeah, you get $1 if you get 10 million followers.
Oh gosh, yeah, holy smokes. Instagram pays horrible. Yeah, YouTube is a good one. But you better be getting the views. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, we get the views all over the place, but I'll tell you what, nothing pays like Facebook. And
come on, baby.
Yeah. No matter what people think, Facebook is the #1 social media platform on the planet. Everybody's on Facebook. Even if you don't want to be on there, you got to be on there. My goodness.
Yeah. Everyone loves Marketplace, you know.
And then you guys, you just showed the whole world 500,000 followers. My gosh.
It's very exciting, you know, and then I feel like it's one of those things where you just keep, you know, you can have 500,000 followers and not make the correct revenue. So we just want to make sure that the view count stays there and keep pushing good, consistent content, man. It's a fun one.
Yeah. How do you like the fact that they took down the views? You can't see how many views you get on Facebook now.
Yeah, I just did that the other day. You gotta go to get in the post and hit view and go to the view count. Yeah, it's not just sitting there, which kind of, I don't know, maybe you're not the same, but I go through on my Facebook and make sure that the videos are performing. If they're not, I need to change them, and now it's way harder. Yeah, it's like, what the heck?
Well, I post on there 3 times. I post everywhere 3 times a day, and I do a picture every single day everywhere, and I do my live podcast every day. And I don't know why Facebook just pulled down the views. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm like, okay, I don't even know.
No, it makes it way harder. Yeah. Way harder.
And they'll bring it back and they'll play with this and they'll play with that, but you guys are killing it. So congratulations.
Yeah, I'm sharing live podcast now on our stuff too. So hopefully we get some more peeps joining in from our side.
Absolutely. People will find you and your YouTube channel will take off. It will, because your quality of content is amazing. I got a couple of videos I wanted to show, but go ahead and talk for a second because you're crackling really bad. Elliot's here to help for a second if we need it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. If we need to change something here, can try. I don't know what's going on with
Nope, you're crackling really bad.
Jeez. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and turn this down and I'll try to figure it out. so we don't blow everybody's
Maybe
eardrums out.
it's the fan. On the mic.
Yeah, the mic
The
is
fan the
bad.
whole time. Is it still crackling or no?
Yep, it's bad.
Oh my goodness, it's bad. What the heck?
We're gonna get this figured out. Maybe your gain's up too high.
Yeah, I'll try to mess with it a little bit without blowing everybody's eardrums out.
Oh, what was that? Hello?
Bad, huh?
Now it's off. Yeah, then it was
Oh,
off.
no.
But it's
Wait a
you
minute.
can
Wait,
hear us though?
oh, there you went again.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna turn this thing down.
Okay. I want to play a video here of the guys. This is why their content is taken off. This is why it's blowing stuff out of the water. I got quite a few videos. We'll show the one of your white shark a little later, but this wintertime giant from the beach. Check this out.
Still at strike. You can back off a little bit if you want. Woo-wee! Had a little showing there. Come on.
There, and here we go. One more here, and then we'll get back on this.
All right, we're about to hit.
What's going on?
Break back and then take pictures. Pull against him real hard. There you go. Just sit just like that.
You can feel that thing though. I mean, oh my God.
Okay, we'll figure it out on the way out. There she goes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's go!
Yeah, that's
All right, what we got, dude?
your content.
You hear us?
Yeah, no crackle.
Nice. Pull out a whole
Look
new
at you.
FAQ.
Look at that. There you go. We figured it out. Thanks, Elliot, for jumping on here.
Elliot's the man. Just dump that thing off and put this thing over here, and we'll go back to our little old school from the
There you
beginning, man. Pulled out of that closet.
Okay. Whatever it takes, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So we were watching a couple videos while you guys were messing with the stuff there. What's going on in that one video with the rod bent over double in the rod holder? The gals are holding on to the rod. How do you trust that rod holder in the sand like that?
Yeah, I mean, most of that stuff we do static test, under control test before to make sure that before a charter, the gear can handle what it can. But yeah, that was a very big hammerhead from a couple of years ago. But yeah, that fish dumped pretty good. We thought it might have been a mako because I think just a couple of days before we hooked that fish, there was a mako that had beached itself in our area. So when it started dumping, we were like, that's kind of what the look was about. I was like, is this a mako or is it just another big shark? And it was just a big hammerhead. But yeah, still a fun memory for the clients.
Oh, absolutely. I think they don't care what it is as long as it's a fish on the beach is kind of interesting, right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, clients go nuts for like a 3-foot black tip. For them, it's a shark's a shark. Yeah.
Yeah. So Blaine, kind of explain to the folks that are watching here, Southern California, we don't really get this kind of fishing at all. So it's kind of hard for us on the West Coast to understand this thing where you guys consistently are going out there and you got a chance of catching a monster fish off the beach and there's no waves.
Yeah, I mean, the Gulf is pretty notoriously known for, especially in our region, not being we don't have a whole lot of current, and a lot of times we don't have, especially this year, we didn't have a whole lot of big storm systems that push through the area. So the majority of the summer, I don't think we had to cancel a trip at all due to weather. And then as far as being able to consistently catch a number of sharks, it just comes down to species count. Like in SoCal where y'all are at, y'all have a lot of makos, y'all have a lot of white sharks. But other than that, y'all don't really, y'all have threshers offshore as well. But other than that, y'all don't have like the species count like we do. I mean, in the summertime, you can see a bull shark, a hammerhead, a tiger shark, a blacktip shark, a spinner shark, like, and the list goes on and on in the summer. And then in the winter months, the species count flips, and then we get dusky sharks, white sharks, makos, sandbar sharks, and then you can still catch some of the species you catch in the summertime, like tiger sharks and bull sharks as well. So we just have a really diverse species count here. So the chances of you going out and being able to pop any one of those species is definitely higher than if you were in an area that has less of a species count.
And we have those swell. We have waves. We have waves all the time. Even when we don't have waves, we have waves.
Yeah, y'all have ocean swell. We just have the Gulf, which is basically just a big aquarium.
So people ask me all the time, how come we can't do this on the, like they're doing down in Texas or they're doing in Florida? Why can't we do that on the, I go, because we don't, they have the ability to fish with no waves, and they can bring their bait out 50, 60 yards off the beach, and you put it in 20, 30 feet of water, and the sharks are right there. We bring our bait 30, 40 feet off the beach, it's going to take an act of Congress.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like you said, the swell that's a big deal. I mean, I've done some shark fishing in California a couple 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, like the wave energy, even on like a 2 or 3 foot breaker, is insane. And yeah, it's enough to knock you, plumb on your butt and straight out of the kayak. So dangerous.
Right. Then also with the big bait, what you guys are using, I've seen some of your videos where you're using a 20-pound bait. That's incomprehensible here on the West Coast. You put a 20-pound bait out, and in 10 seconds, it's on the beach.
Yeah, it's washed up. I mean, our current's so low, especially, I mean, even compared to like East Coast Florida, they have the Gulf Stream and stuff over there. I mean, we don't like, 2, 3 knots of current. 3 knots of current's a pretty bad day. Like that's pretty insane. Some days you could take an ant out there on a leaf, drop him off a mile offshore, and he would be in this almost same location, 24 hours later. And sometimes it's just non-existent. Yeah.
Now, do you find it's better fishing when there's no current or when there is current?
I mean, you need some current for sure.
Yeah.
Most of the time we get a lot of questions about the shark fishing thing, and they're always curious. Our clients are curious about, like, is the bite better at dawn and dusk? Like you hear, do sharks feed more at night? Does the moon affect things? And most of the time for shark fishing, it's just like the moon affects the tide, and the tide affects the water movement, and the water movement affects the bait scent movement, making your bait easier to be found. Like that's, so at the end of the day, if there's more tide and there's more current, then the bait scent gets spread out a little bit more, and it makes it easier for a shark to find. Now, me and you both know no shark from a mile away is like sniffing, and it's like, oh, there's blood a million miles away, It's like really within a couple 100 yards, maybe like more closer to like just 100 yards, and they can find it. Now, if there's very stagnant water, it makes it maybe just 50 yards if they get right by the bait. But for the most part, when they swim by, we put cameras on the shark bait sometimes. You'd be surprised. A shark will swim right over a free like tuna head and just look at it and be like, and move on. Like sometimes they're pretty picky. So at least in our area, I don't think, people are worried about getting eaten and stuff.
Yeah. I don't think so.
If they don't want a free tuna head for the most part. Now there's certain times of year where sharks are territorial or whatever. But
we did used to have a bite in the neap on a neap tide in July when there was almost zero current whatsoever, that we used to catch really, really big tigers like consistently every single July on the neap tide. But that bite is non-existent anymore for some reason. Seems like our fishery is changing dramatically every single year.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this the other day with Michael Folks, and you consistently day in and day out can't go out. It's not the same. Just like you guys fished sharks last night, today, total different day. It just,
100%.
it's 100, never the same. That's the really cool thing about what we do for a living. The three of us, is there's never the day that's the same.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's fun though. Like you said, it makes it enjoyable. Because if it was all just automatic, I mean you'd probably get paid a lot more money maybe. But it makes it fun. Same with tuna fishing and swordfish and everything. It's a constant. You gotta stay on top of the curve. You gotta know what's going on.
Yeah,
so makes it fun.
Oh yeah, definitely changing experiences every day, and then you try to put the puzzle together with what. Hey, I remember this yellowfin was biting when I did this, and then you go back to that yellowfin and then you try that different technique, and it does not work in any way, shape, or form. But then you go back in your arsenal of things you thought of. I mean, some of that yellowfin tuna fishing you guys are seeing on the poppers, that's Oh my God, that looks so bitchin'. I just love watching those videos, you guys. I'm sorry. I geek out on that stuff.
Oh, we do too. I mean, like a couple weeks ago, like the week before Thanksgiving, we got to go and we got three giants, like around the like 120 to 165 range, all run and gun, running down giant feeding surface feeds, like casting. Like you roll up to a school, you got like one or two casts, you don't get bit, you look 100 yards away, the boat, takes off 60 miles an hour, you're in the front. And yeah, we ended up getting three jumbos and we got schooled once, like completely to the knot. It was insane. So that's 100%. Like we posted the picture on our Instagram. And yeah, dude, that's some like we get a little jazzed up about it. We get a little goofy. We get a little goofy on the boat, I think.
Well, yeah, you watch me, 65-year-old man. I'm like a little kid when that happens, when that kind of stuff's going on. I'm running around like I've never seen it before, even though I've seen it 1,000 million times. I act just like a little kid, and it's fun to see you guys get all jazzed up and fired up and get super excited about fishing, because if we just went, oh, well, there's another, we probably wouldn't do this for a living.
No,
man, you can't fake passion. You can fake some stuff. You can stick in the moment, but yeah, you can't fake true passion. It's true.
And then this slow pitch. I mean, everybody's into slow pitch jigging now, and you guys are out there doing it. It's so cool to watch with these new reels and rods that Okuma's coming out with and stuff. It's just amazing, right? I got to watch videos of Blaine and you connecting with some whoppers down there.
Absolutely. It's quickly becoming one of our favorite ways to fish, at least recently. Getting more into it and getting more down to the roots of doing more research about how the Japanese originally started doing it, because as it has come to America, a lot of the technique and stuff has gotten mistranslated, and there's like new things that America has brought to it, and then there's things that the Japanese were originally doing. So that whole culture behind it, and then also a new way to fish our already insane fishery, is also just really fun to experience and go out there and experiment with. I mean, there have been a lot of times recently where we've been just going to experiment on different spots with the slow pitch stuff, and what we're catching might not be very big, but it's a new way that we've caught it, and it's some species that we haven't even caught before because they don't really eat bait either. So it's been a really, really fun time going out there and learning this specific technique.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like you said, it's all brand new to us. So, and then you guys, like you said a second ago, you're catching stuff that you've never seen before. That's kind of unique. And
or you're getting to go to the same spots. Like a couple months ago, we were fishing some public reefs that, like, it's the end of snapper season. They've had pressure all year, and then Blaine's using, Okuma just came out with the new Tesoro slow pitch reel, which I've got here, and he's using this setup, and he catches like a 18-pound snapper off a public reef in really shallow water. And the captain even said it. He was like, that snapper must have just not seen that before. Like, he's seen all the cut bait and the live bait, the knocker rigs and the diamond jigs, but he's like, he must not have seen a slow pitch jig at this spot because he smoked it, no hesitation. So it is like Blaine said, everyone loves a 20-pound grouper, but a 20-pound grouper on slow pitch is fun. And then sometimes it gets you more bites in a different sense.
Yeah.
So.
And then the rod goes against everything we stand for, especially you guys with the broomsticks you use to stop those sharks with. Now we're using a totally 1,000% parabolic rod that bends from the tip to the butt. It doesn't make any sense, but oh my God.
You can just load these rods as much as you want. And it's been incredible. It's really cool, like Blaine said, to get into it. And then it's just like any other style of fishing. The more you get into it, the more you spin, the deeper the rabbit hole gets. But yeah, Okuma for the reel side and JYG for the jigging side of things has made the learning curve for us and a lot of people like really, really short. Like now you can go out and you can get this rod's like $250. It's a rod that you're not even gonna break, so it's forgiving for the guy who's brand new. It's a nice action rod for the guy who's advanced and knows how to use it. Okuma's now investing directly into the slow pitch community, which is huge. So it's like it's a really cool and fun technique, but it's the easiest time to ever start slow pitching because everything is readily available. Whereas 8 years ago, you'd have to source things from Japan, do your own research, translate articles. Now it's just like go to JYG, go to Okuma, get you a starter kit, spend a few $100s, and boom, you're in the game. No problem. Best time
Yeah,
to really.
and how lucky are we to be the guinea pigs for Okuma's products to try them
Oh
out?
my gosh, dude, incredible. Yeah, 100%. They've got some stuff in the works. I know you know too, Dave. We've been getting the pleasure to talk with John a little bit like you, and yeah, it's I don't know what's available right now is incredible, but like what's in the making is also insane. Blaine and I got a couple of reels sitting here. I mean, because this is the Cali side where the world record officially yellowfin tuna was caught on a McCarty 20. So if you want to talk about
This reel right here, yeah.
where technology advancement's gone, like if Blaine holds that reel up, it's insane. That's a 442-pound yellowfin tuna caught on a McCarty 20. And it's just like, it's the thrust bearings, it's the internal engineering that Okuma's put in the McCartys. And it's the best time to be alive to go fishing. So it's incredible stuff. And then talking about the yellowfin tuna, man, the Tesoro 18K we have sitting here too. We actually finally got to put this thing on a jumbo yellowfin, and in around 18 minutes, 20 minutes, this 18,000 made light work of a 150-pound yellowfin on the lure. So
yeah,
the spin
And
side
to watch the whole thing and to see the bite and everything was such a cool video. I love that video. That was so fun to watch.
Yeah, good, man. But yeah, no, it's cool. And the Tesoro lineup from Okuma is not in the super spinner class. So this reel just landed 150-pound yellowfin tuna in 20 minutes, and it's not $1,000. It comes in at a really incredible, affordable price, which is cool. And they got the McCarty spin, they got the high ends, but it's cool that these reels can do that.
Yeah,
which for us is peak. That's all we wanted to do. So
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think the fact that John has gone out and found some of the guys that are like putting the reels to the test like no one does. The guys that he has on his pro staff are second to none as far as putting fish in their clients' hands day in and day out in so many different scenarios. And then to watch what you guys were able to develop with John Bretza in the land-based shark fishing, and how that McCarty came into play, and how the top bar got taken. Two years ago when I was at ICAST and I was hanging out with you guys, and I was just shooting a shit, for lack of a better word. And I'm standing there and you guys are holding that reel, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me see that thing. What is wrong with that? It doesn't have the bar on it. There's no bar right there. And then you guys were like, yeah, this is and I'm like, John, really? And he goes, yeah, I developed it for you guys, just for you guys. That's pretty insane.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. It's like, that's kind of the Okuma differences a little bit, is they're a brand that like listens to the outreach of the community and what like might work. And then, in 2023, we have a conversation at ICAST. So July, the idea gets brought up to create a shark fishing specific reel. The idea also gets brought up to make an 80. So not an 80 wide, not an 80 narrow, like an 80 standard, and take the top off. And then fast forward less than 12 months. Yeah. And this reel is not only a concept or a proof, it's like in our hands, showcasing a year later. It's insane. Blaine, if you want to grab it, I think you can grab the one piece rod. It's like right out there.
Yeah, we got to show everybody, because there's a lot of people that don't know what we're talking about. This is an
it's incredible. And then we're also a little so Your Saltwater Guide exclusive. We're designing the shark fishing rods with them right now too. So in the making, the prototypes. We'll just watch that fan. I take my little fan up. This is one of the prototype shark fishing rods. They're pretty much done. We've tweaked a little bit of stuff, but this is we're going to be coming out with some shark fishing rods with them soon. But you might be able to just point the rod.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to necessarily do the rod.
No, point the rod past to the Tiagra, and then there it goes.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tiagra. What, like that, a shark or something? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's the one that sits on the shelf at home.
It's what you guys use to hold the door open.
Yeah, there you go, the paperweight. But yeah, it's kind of tough to tell with the black mono on there. But yeah, that's the 80 on the side.
Hold on, let me bring that. Okay, now move it over just a little. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if I turn it sideways, no top. So this is an 80 size reel, but not an 80 wide. And they do make the 80 wide in the Shark series. Yeah. They make a 50 wide as well, but you got the hammer on the side, all black. So check this out. Handle arm is 4.9 inches. You got the highest high speed in the industry, lowest low speed in the industry, and everything is tactically blacked out. all your drag knobs, drag clicks, everything but the screws, your 2-speed mechanism, your reel all the way through down to the back. And then if I can make this work a little bit, yeah, you can see the rod is got the hammerhead on the rod too, and it's going to be an LBS version from Okuma, baby. So yeah, yet another add to the shark fishing industry, which is cool for us because over on this side of the country, the beach shark fishing stuff is getting big, and so it's one of those things where people are going to be getting into it, and you want guys using responsible gear. So if guys are already going to get into it, cat's out of the bag. Every year, a few hundred, if not a few thousand, people get into shark fishing. The reason we kind of partnered with Okuma is it's time to start making gear that is available, readily available, and it's the appropriate, responsible gear to be using. So now, in just a couple months, maybe 6 months or so, with the rod coming out, you can go to Okuma, you can get a shark fishing reel and a shark fishing rod, and it's a plug and play.
Yeah.
Boom. Get your combo, get your 80 wide or your 80, get your 8130 setup rod, and you don't have to go make something custom. You don't have to repurpose a reel that was meant for bluefin tuna, or for blue marlin guys, or whatever you used to have to do. Now you have a reel that's specifically meant for the technique and a rod that is specifically meant for the technique. The same way shark rods used to have to be go make your own, order custom, or you have to go take a sword rod or a bottom fishing rod and kind of repurpose it. So like I said, it's the best time to allow to be fishing. It's the best time allowed to be shark fishing as well. And there is a heavy responsibility for guys getting into it.
Yeah.
And that's why we kind of take the responsibility to make sure that the knowledge is out there and the gear is readily available. So we're working with other companies to make sure fighting plates, sand spikes that hold 85 pounds of drag, the leaders are going to be out there readily available. Everything's plug and play. There's no excuse. You don't know how to make your leader kind of thing. It's just everything's out there for purchase, for sale, designed by us, or at least has some sort of stamp of approval from us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just I don't know.
You do know.
Exactly.
Come on, Blaine's got white sharks off the beach. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, no, we definitely have the experience. So that's kind of where it's getting to, is that there's a lot of pressure. And you guys know how it is too with we've seen your clip where you stand on the back of the boat, you're holding the rod, and with this rod and reel right here, we cannot do this stuff.
We can't effectively affect the population of the fish in the ocean with the fishing boat. Yeah.
And every recreational guy like that it's not, you're not going to do the thing. But unfortunately, shark fishing is done on public beaches for the most part, so we're in the public eye. So we and you know what can happen on a boat. Me and you know that if we live streamed everything that ever happened on the boat, there would be probably some pressure on boat fishing here and there. But shark fishing can't get away from it. So it's one of those techniques, and it's one of those fisheries that has to mind your P's and Q's. And so, yeah, it's just time to make sure that all the gear, it's our responsibility to make sure the gear is readily available to the new guys.
Yeah. And it's not to say that we're not saying it in an arrogant way or anything. It's just we have been able to produce the following we have to be able to talk to companies, to be able to make these things relatively readily available for people to go do it. And it's not it gets our stamp of approval, so that means it's the best thing in the world. It's just we have been doing this for a long time. We do consider ourselves good stewards of the sport, and if we do say something is a good product, we do believe that that is a very good product, and we are willing to put our name and reputation on it as well.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys that are listening on Spotify and Apple, if you guys want to follow Okuma Fishing USA, go to Okuma Fishing USA, and you guys can check out all the different rods and reels and everything we're talking about, and hit the like button on it, because when their new products come out, you can check them all out. And those of you that are watching the show on all the different platforms, you can grab that QR code right there underneath the boys right now, and you can go over there and check it out later on after the show and see all the products. Check it out. And I'm going to pull that down off of here right now. And then what we're going to talk about right now is, because I think this is really important. And thank you, Dylan, for bringing it up. And Blaine, I watch you all the time. Dylan, he's kind of working with most of the videos I see. Dylan's working with the people, and you're working on getting this fish off the line. Now, maybe Dylan does it more, but this is what I've seen in your videos. And the shark gang, when they catch this shark, There is nothing more important, and I'm going to stress this to you. There's nothing more important than letting that shark go and letting him swim away. You don't we're not the old days. It's not the old days of cutting sharks up and throwing their guts and everything over the side. These guys treat the shark better than anybody on the planet. And when they release it, they jump in the water, they bring it out there in the surf, they get it going so that it's swimming before they let go of them. I mean, this is kind of psycho for most of you that are out there thinking, oh my gosh, in the water with a shark. You're not only in the water you're in the water with the shark that's pissed because he just got caught and you pissed him off and now you're going to let him go. Why doesn't he turn around and bite your ass? Well, because only thing he can think about is getting away from you.
Absolutely. 100%.
So talk about the care and the handling of a shark, because a lot of people, and you guys know, a lot of people are like, oh my God, those sharks, you're wiping out all the sharks. This is the farthest thing from the truth, gang.
Yeah, absolutely. It's twofold. I mean, these sharks are out there, and we enjoy the sport. We enjoy targeting these fish. It's also our moneymaker. Charters is a big amount of our income yearly and everything like that. So whenever we take the responsibility of going out there and capturing these sharks, we're not only endangering their lives or their safety or anything. That's why we use the proper gear to be able to handle that and make fight times low. But every time we hook up to a shark, I mean, they're making us money. They're giving all of our clients, they're giving us joy. So why wouldn't we give the same respect to them whenever we get them into the beach, make sure the hook's removed, make sure any other gear in their mouth, whether it's long line clips or anything like that, from way offshore, getting all gear out of their mouths and then taking the time to revive that shark in the surf. And before you just slap its tail and call it good, make sure it's swimming strong, make sure it's just has the healthy mannerisms that you want to see, and then return that shark back to where it came from.
Yeah, and if you watch any of their videos, it's like the number one thing. The people are freaking out. They're like excited. The only thing that Blaine and Dylan are thinking about is how can I let go of this shark? While the people are fighting it, they're trying to make sure that they're going to let it go. That's their main concern. Like Blaine just said, gang, you don't understand. These guys are making a living from these sharks. So it's like their number one thing is the concern of the animal. That is, you guys all that are watching in the Midwest or watching anywhere else, you think all we do is slaughter fish. Well, that's the farthest thing from the truth. We respect the fish so much because we don't get to make a living if we don't have these animals.
Yeah. No, it's definitely in our best interest. It's also funny. We get like a twofold response. Either we release the shark and someone's mad that we didn't kill it because we get like that shark's going to now go eat someone's kid. I hope you're happy, which is obviously goofy. Or you get the opposite where it's like, you're torturing the animal. Why would you? Blah, 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 blah. And I mean, obviously we know like on the side is like, why don't you kill all the sharks? Like that's just goofy. Even if we wanted to kill all the sharks, again, referencing it's not gonna happen. We can kill every shark we ever see, and our grandkids will see sharks. Like it's not, we couldn't decimate a population. Although I do appreciate the nod that someone thinks we could because they think we're such good fishermen, I guess. But then on the side where people are upset about like us torturing the shark or whatever, my favorite response is that, if they're saying that, they obviously care about sharks, or they give a darn about sharks, or they shark week people or whatever. But I tell them that we do more in a calendar year for sharks than the person complaining. We not only go out and we do some tagging and we do research efforts directly, but if we run 150 trips a year and there's an average of 4 people in each group, almost 1,000 people a year, we are showing firsthand the truth, not Shark Week, the truth of sharks. We are catching them, we are handling them, we're releasing them, we are showing them that they're not man-eaters. We're showing them that they deserve respect. They show them that they're here on the beach all the time and they're not eating people. They're not doing some crazy thing. We don't need to slaughter and decimate the whole population. We're giving firsthand experience to people from the Midwest, from Michigan, from Canada, from Italy. Yeah. And I think educating thousands of people every year on the truth of sharks gives more to sharks than someone complaining on Facebook that we're torturing an animal. So That's always my kind of go-to response is like, if you like sharks so much, why don't you do as much as we do for the sharks?
Absolutely. So what is a typical, we'll talk more about the offshore thing because that's kind of cool that you guys do that too. But the average shark that comes in, what's the chances of him having old gear on him?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I would say
Everything like
1 out of 5.
Yeah, 1 every 5 is probably good.
Yeah.
It's weird. Well, so we do find long line clips a lot because, like, sometimes long line guys will get them caught up and they don't want to bring them on the boat, so they just bring them up close. They cut the thing, the hook stays in, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of I think cobia jigs. We found cobia jigs before.
Yeah, and blacktip mouths and I think maybe some bull shark mouths, but most of the time it's just like 6/0 circle hooks and stuff that people are dropping on snapper spots, and
Yeah.
Of course you're going to break off on 40-pound line on a 6-foot sandbar or something like that. So I mean, it is regular that we find some sort of gear in the mouth for sure.
Yeah, and some of them are tough. Some of them are kind of like grown up. So we
Yeah.
do our best to remove them for sure. But yeah, they're tough. They're tough species.
Yeah, they are. And a lot of that gear, it's tough to get it out, but you guys do your best to keep that gear out of those sharks and clean them up the best you can when you let them go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, just like you, man. We're caring individuals, and we do, understand that we appreciate the species, and so take care of them best to your ability.
Absolutely. Just like I try to tell everybody, when you're inevitably you're going to hook a bird. And when you hook that bird, you got to bring him in. You got to get the gear off of the bird. You got to get it all off. Don't cut the line. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Bring the bird in, love the bird, get the stuff off of him and let the bird go. Those are your eyes. If you guys are going to destroy your eyes and you're going to kill a bird, then you shouldn't even be fishing. And it's the same thing with these sharks. And you guys care about the animals so much. You got some videos of you cleaning the sharks up. So I thought it was important to talk about that for a minute, because when you clean them up, you're helping that shark out. He may have been dragging that stuff around for 2 or 3 years, and then you guys clean him up, and he's like, "Oh my God," he's so happy. And
I had a good run in the Coastal Worldwide. That's funny.
I seen him turn around in your videos. It's like the shark turned around. He's thanking you, and he is.
Yeah. He's like, "Thanks, man. Thanks up."
And it's just really cool. I want to talk a little bit about what you guys do as far as the price, where you go. And the really cool thing about you guys is you can take people out that get seasick because you're not going out on the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, huge, man. I mean, I think actually just a couple of days ago, we ran a 6-hour trip with clients that were booked us for the exact reason. They didn't get seasick, but the last time they went on a charter, the drive shaft broke 30 miles offshore and put a hole in the boat. So they had like a really bad charter experience. And so they were like, "Hey, the next charter we're going to book is going to be on land." So yeah, they had a good time. But it's cool. It's cool for 2 reasons mainly. Is we see a lot of people who get seasick. So they're able to see a 12-foot, 1,000-pound animal right from the beach without getting seasick. So that's kind of cool. And then you can also bring the whole family. So we don't limit group sizes. So our pricing right now for like a 6-hour trip is $1,200, but you can bring 15 people. You can bring 20 people. We've had groups up to 40 or 50 big family reunions. And so that's cool. You can bring the kids. They can stay for half an hour, and then they can go upstairs and fall asleep in the condo.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not like, "Hey, I paid $150 for you. You're staying the whole time." It's like, come and go. Everybody, grandma, mom.
Yeah.
It's cool. So that's why we like doing what we get to do, is everybody can join in.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I watch you guys all the time, and everybody is joining in, and the whole family's participating in it, and the whole family. I mean, when you're on a boat and guy hooks up, it's like the whole family's not involved, but in this land-based fishing thing, the whole family is involved. And even if they go up to the condo, somebody's running up to the condo to get them when you hook up. They're like, "Get them, get them,
exactly.
come on here. Come on, we're hooked up."
Ton of phone calls. Yeah. Get down here.
And Gen X, you're watching here and you're an ex longliner. I don't think you're kind of listening to the show. I don't really think you're paying attention that closely if this is pissing you off, because I'm 110% behind the commercial longliners. We need to get our seafood from somewhere, but we're talking, I believe in commercial fishing, and I believe that your fish should come from America if you're going to eat it here. I don't think your fish should have more travel miles than Alaska Airlines hands out,
100%.
and this thought that we don't care about the commercial fishermen, well, that's silly. And you've
Yeah,
obviously never seen the show before, because I'm 100% behind the commercial fishermen. And I'm sorry that we're pissing you off, but stuff happens, and you guys leave gear on.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I in no way am even judging them for leaving gear in the sharks' mouths. Like, as far as sharks go in the boat, I think it's incredibly dangerous to handle them next to the boat, especially when a lot of these long line guys are a couple 100 miles offshore sometimes. And if someone gets their hand bitten off or something, like a shark, for whatever reason, if they decided to boat it because that was the best way to get the gear out, some like nick your Achilles, I mean, you're going to bleed out in an hour. Like,
Also, time is money. So
Yeah,
time is money. That's
yeah. Or were we saying leaving the gear from
No,
long
I
liners
get it,
is a
yeah.
bad thing? Yeah, I would pull that guy up, cut it, and then go right to the next hook, because you got to get all your set in, and then you got to get it set back out. And like Dave said, 100% commercial fishing is how we get our seafood.
Yeah.
We don't get it recreationally. We don't get it from one-off boat guys.
Yeah.
Rod and reel. So yeah,
and
maybe misconstrued information there.
you're absolutely right. Time is money. That's what I'm trying to say. Is in the commercial guy, we don't want you guys trying to get the hook out of the shark on the deck.
No.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Cut the line and let them go. We'll clean them up, guys. We're helping. We're all
Yeah.
working together. We're on this planet and we're working together. And I'm never, when I go to Costco, I'm not buying seafood. I'm sorry, because I know where that came from, and it didn't come from it didn't come from a country I can identify or even pronounce. So that's what's going on here. And now you guys are doing a little bit of offshore stuff too now, I see it. Is there charter possibilities to go offshore with you guys, or are you guys just doing that on your own?
Yeah, we did a split charter with a local captain that we know in the area that has a 40-foot sea hunter. And we put together a group and everything like that. And we were mates on the trip, so the captain didn't have to hire out mates or anything like that. And then, yeah, we got to meet some people that were followers of the channel and everything, and that was super cool. But as far as us,
We got our captain's license.
yeah, we have our captain's license, but us putting that to use in a charter on a boat of our own, I don't know if we'll necessarily do that or not.
No, I don't think so. We thought about it, and that's why we got our captain's license. We were kind of getting everything set up for that, and then yeah, we had a couple experiences getting to kind of mate on some charters, and I just don't think we could do it day in, day out. I like the beach shark fishing thing works because we can do all the work, set all the baits, and then when you're fighting the fish, you're just fighting the fish from the spike. But letting people like handle rods and tangles up and swinging weights into the side of the boat and chipping fiberglass, I think I'm a little too OCD. Our like little 2005 Sea Pro is like pristine. So if we even bring a friend and he like chips stuff up, I'm like, dude, hey, what are you doing? So I think with a client, I'd just be like, everyone off the boat. But yeah, maybe
Huge props to the
Every once in a
guys
while.
that can.
yeah.
Huge props to the guys that can.
And it's also a highly saturated market, so no one that's
Especially
running
right.
boat charters wants more boat charters. I feel like so. We'll find our revenue sources somewhere else, but we do enjoy making the offshore content and going out there and doing it for sure.
Absolutely. I like watching it. Thank you very much. So let's take the average human being. He got to work at the convention center. They're in town. They want to take their family and go down to the beach and do that thing at night after they're on the convention floor or something. I mean, I see so much potential for what you guys are doing. Are you guys got any availability? Are you guys working pretty much all the time?
This time of year, we have availability.
Yeah, we got some for sure.
But summertime, we're booked pretty much week in, week out.
Yeah,
You would think this time of year you'd be busier, because God only know that it is hotter than hell there in the summertime.
Not where we are. It was 32 degrees yesterday
We're
morning.
saying in the summertime.
Oh
No,
yeah,
in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's hot in the summertime. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the bulk. I guess it's just like it comes straight down to like
Summertime.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are out of school. Families are going on vacation. Kids are back in school. Families are staying put. We get spring break and fall break really high kickups. But yeah, this time of year we'll probably run like 7 or 8 trips a month, unless there's like fall break. And then like during fall break this year or like Thanksgiving,
Every day.
Blaine ran trips every single day of the week. And then in the summertime, we're thinking about I'm gonna have to increase our prices again because I don't want to run 30 trips a month. like that's too much. So we might have to start making some limited availability. So we're not like, dying. So we've got family and stuff like that. We got to spend some time off the beach. So,
We got to get offshore too.
yeah, we got to go make offshore content. So yeah, it's been good though. Definitely blessed in that sense of being super, super busy. So.
Absolutely.
Cody was asking, what's that thing running around behind me? That's my monkey. That's Marley. He's been a part of the show for 5 years. That's him. The thing about Marley, gang, is he just had his tail amputated. So now he's running. He's 18 inches shorter now. He's got no tail. And my wife, his mom, tells him all the time, tails are for babies. You don't need a tail. So he has no tail anymore, makes him haul ass. He's the smallest monkey in the world. He's 8 inches tall, full grown. He'll never be any bigger. He's 6 years old, and his name's Marley, and he's always running around or hanging out on my shoulder. Whatever he wants to do, he runs the house, and we just get to live in it.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, he's kind of cool to let us hang out here. So what's the average typical day? What are we talking about? We're going to show up. Are you guys going to feed us? Or we bring lunch, dinner? What are we doing? Tell us about an average day, Blaine. What is this? What are we looking at?
Yeah, so we don't supply any food because then you start getting into like food regulations and stuff like that. So, I would say our most average trip is a 6 hour. So typically we just advise clients to go grab dinner beforehand, and then just bring a few snacks throughout the trip. Whenever the clients show up, most of the time we'll leave one rod out, but the rest of the rods are already in the water. So as soon as they step feet on the sand, you're fishing right away instead of, some boat charters, you're on the way out. That's burning an hour from your 6 hour, and then an hour on the way in. That's burning another hour. I know not all charter operations run like that as far as boats go, but some do. But with us, as soon as your feet hit the sand, you're already fishing. And then we leave one rod out just to kind of show the clients of what's going on, the line we're using, the leader we're using, the hook, the bait. They find that stuff kind of interesting. And then as far as everything else goes, we set that last rod. And from then on, it's a waiting game. So, we play like silly games with the clients, or if they've got kids or something before the sun goes down, we'll throw the football. We've brought cornhole boards out before. That's pretty fun. But this time of year, it's really cold, and this is honestly our favorite time of year to fish. But we bring out a sidewall canopy, so it's a 10 by 15 canopy with 3 sidewalls on it, big propane heater, very comfortable chairs, everything like that. So we supply most, as far as gear goes, we supply everything unless the number of chairs that we have don't align with your group. Bring a couple extra chairs, but other than that, we supply all gear, and try to supply most entertainment as we can. So.
How many rods are you guys fishing?
We've kind of found our sweet spots 3. That gives us 3 different distances to cover. So we typically drop one pretty far in this time of year in that 400 to 600 yard range, bring one in around 300, 350 yards, and then put one just over the sandbar, which is about like 150, 200 yards. And that kind of, we've seen, gives the most variety as far as baits and distances go without overcomplicating how much gear you have in the water, and that minimizes tangle ups and everything like that. And then also after 3 rods, we've noticed it kind of gets redundant as far as bait selection goes, and then just honestly, you don't need that much bait sitting in the water.
And then Dylan, you're taking the bait and you're paddling it out there on your kayak for the client and getting it out into the zone.
Yeah. So there's been a big uptick of like drone shark fishing, like using big drones to take out the baits and stuff like that. But yeah, we're still kayak guys. We're still old school, if you will. And every bait gets kayaked out one by one. So you go 600 yards out, 600 yards back, 350 yards out, 350 yards back, 200 yards out, 2 yards back. And then, like Blaine said, if we run 4 or 5 rods, which we'll get that question a lot, can we run more rods? It's like more rods equal less fish. So you get one nice fish on, and he tangles up with 2 or 3 rods, braid on braid. It just ends up getting more in the way than it does helping you catch more fish. So
even when we're personal fishing, a lot of times we'll just end up dropping 2 rods.
2 rods. When me and him were just fishing, just 2, 1 apiece.
Right, and I know that, and it just makes all the sense in the world. But when the people get there, they're like, "Well, you got an extra rod right there, and it's not out. You're looting to put it out." No, you don't understand. It just makes a huge mess out there in the ocean.
Yeah.
We'll do some surf rod fishing sometimes. We get pompano and redfish and whiting, and especially if there's kids, we'll put out a small rod in the surf, kind of pass the time, show some different species variety. We'll keep a spoon rod around because in the wintertime, sometimes like the needle will move right off the beach. And so, yeah, any opportunity to pass the time, throw the football, catch a small fish on the rod while we're waiting for the big ones, we'll do. But yeah, that's the general consensus.
Yeah, I mean, 3 rods can cover a group of 20 people. That's what we get a lot of questions about. It's like, well, we need 1 rod per person in the group. I'm like, no, like one of y'all is not going to reel this entire shark in by themselves. And if they do, like borderline, I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they can pull till it's time to pull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've seen the strongest guys in the world jump on our charters and just gas out in 32 seconds.
And then we've also seen 12-year-olds step on the rod and
crank
do the whole shark, like reeling the whole shark.
Oh, I see it with the bluefin all the time. It's like big gnarly guy, and he's like, "How long have I been on it?" It's like, "You've been on it for a minute and a half." Well, I'm done, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's why everybody's gonna wind on this thing."
Yeah. Technique, baby.
And then you guys talked about the drone a minute ago, and people ask me all the time when we're offshore, "Oh, can we put a drone up?" Gang, the drone has a place. It has a place if Blaine and Dylan and I are fishing and no one else is around and we're just fishing and there's no wind and everything, and we could place that bait in the perfect spot, and then we can bring the drone back and we can deal with the average drone is $3,000. We're going to throw the drone up. It's going to be windy. I don't know, me personally, I'm not using one. And you can't see on the boat with the drone. They're like, "Oh, can we use it to spot fish?" No, you can't. Because if it does spot a fish, now you got to fly the drone back to your boat, and then you got to take off and go chase the fish. And you don't, it's just a big giant hassle. It doesn't work, gang. If you think it does, then you haven't been fishing for a living very long.
Yeah, no, the drone thing is weird. So the shark fishing community there's a lot of drones that are waterproof now that take out the bait for you. So they can carry like 10 or 15 pound baits, go out, come back. And there's been a whole reason in the last couple of weeks, there's actually been a big kick of Texas enforcing a old 1972 law that is like banning drones, but it's apparently a federal law, but they're just enforcing it in Texas now. It's like this whole, like there might be drones be taken away for shark fishing. I don't know. Like I said, we're old school, man. American horsepower, right? We get in a kayak. And so we get the question all the time, why don't you guys use a drone to take out the bait? One, airspace problems. So like we're in Pensacola, we got a Navy base really close. There's always planes flying around. And 2, I don't trust that drone for my client satisfaction, because if something happens with it, guess what you got to bring anyways? You got to bring a kayak. So I tell people all the time, I point at the kayak, I say, that's the most reliable thing. And then I point at Blaine, I say, as long as you feed him Whataburger, well, that thing's never run out of battery, baby. Like we're going to go all night, no problem. Right. And if you can't kayak, if it's too rough to kayak, then you can't release a big shark.
Yeah.
So you might as well not go shark fishing. It's just not a good night to go. So a kayak is a good way to make sure that you as a person is physically fit enough. If you can't kayak a bait out, then you probably can't release a 12-foot hammer or a 12-foot great white. And if it's too rough to get out in the kayak, then you probably, even if you might physically be able to release a shark, you can't in those conditions. So it's a good entryway. It's a good.
Now there are certain exceptions, like veterans that are wounded and stuff like that, and people that have medical conditions to where if they got in a kayak and had a medical like seizure or something like that, then that makes sense for a drone. But at the same time, if drones do get banned, just have a really good friend that is capable of doing those things, and you can do the same thing.
See, I've heard I get like the disabled people thing too, and I get that, and I do. Obviously, we all appreciate veterans hardcore here, but if you're not able to kayak, you're not able to release a shark, plain and simple. So if you need a drone to take out your bait, you can't release the shark. So if you got a good friend that can release a shark for you, make him kayak. Now I can understand if you want to use a drone just to be, not put as much effort into it, go crazy. But at the end of the day, yeah, you definitely got to make sure you can release the shark for the good of the sport, for good of the shark, all that stuff, and for the health of the person. Because I know a lot of people have been getting upset about the same thing, and they're like, "I'm a veteran, and I can't kayak," and I'm like, "Dude, don't go putting yourself in danger. If you can't kayak, you're gonna get yourself hurt trying to release a 10-foot tiger shark. Like you're gonna get yourself hurt. Like take care of yourself. We all care about you. We appreciate your service. So like, don't be putting yourself in extra danger, dude. That's like wild stuff. So it's a weird topic. You can kind of feel like how like there's like rah 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 rah. So we just stay out of it for now. But it is an interesting topic, the drone thing.
I'm sorry. I got to talk about it a little bit more.
Sure.
The thing about the drones, gang, I've been fishing for a living for 50 plus years. If the drone thing worked, I guarantee you we'd have been doing it. I guarantee it. It does not work. It's got a place for you and your friends having a few beers, flying a drone around, thinking that you get a bait out and where you're going to get it, but you're to make a living fishing with the drone, you're never going to do it. You're just not. It's not reliable. Like Dylan said, you can't release the shark. Well, why are you fishing for him then? If you can't release him, you're going to kill him. Okay. That's great. You're going to kill him. You're going to kill a tiger shark. What are you going to do with it? You can't eat it. They taste terrible. They pee in their meat. Same with the hammerhead. So why are you fishing for sharks if you can't release them? Same thing with tuna fishing or anything else with the drone. It does not work. It does not work. It might have worked for your sister's brother's aunt's cousin once, but it isn't applicable in the industry as a viable way to catch fish. It just does not work. It doesn't work. Old school stuff works. It's worked forever. I'm not going to change the way we fish. And I don't see it happening in the near future. Plus, all those drones flying around. Oh my God. National security.
Yeah. I'm surprised they even let us have drones. Like we use a drone for video and to get some B-roll and like make the video, more inclusive and give a different. But I'm kind of surprised we can even have the option to. It's airspace, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I just feel like there's not a lot of responsible people out there that can just buy a drone off marketplace. And there's, especially in our area, like I said, we've got like Coast Guard helicopters going up and down the beach, and we have an air show, the Blue Angels. Mm-hmm. And I think this year or last year, I can't remember. Some dude put his drone up. They do a burn at like breaking the sound barrier, put his drone up level and got a video of the planes going by. I mean, my guy, if that hit one of the engines in the wrong way, I mean, you're going to kill somebody over a $600 drone. You know what I mean? It's not, he didn't mean to kill somebody on purpose, but he's just not. That's what I'm saying. It's a surprise we even have like the option to
fly them.
Put someone who's flying, like we shouldn't be able to take a remote control and like put someone's life in danger that's actually flying a thing. I think it's crazy. So we do our best when we do the video thing, 100% like I book. Yeah. Like make sure you follow all the rules because it's not a joke. Airspace is not a joke.
No. And the drone doesn't work unless you're just out fishing for a day and you want to catch one fish, then use your drone. I never went fishing for one. I like catching zillions of them at a time. So, and the whole drone thing, if you're going to use it for making content, well, then that's all you're going to do is use the drone. You're going to make a little bit of content. You're going to have to fly the drone and fly it. Then you're going to have to land it. You're going to have to put it away. Then you're going to have to catch the fish. It doesn't work. I make all my content with this, and I post 7,000. I've posted 7,800 videos. I did it all with my phone. I don't know. I'm doing just fine, but you guys reinvent it. All have a good time. Use your own. Go do whatever you're going to do. Catch your fish with your drone. Try to make a living doing it, and call me in 50 years and let me know how it's working out.
Fair enough. Longevity speaks volumes.
Absolutely. So how do we get a hold of you guys? We want to go, now that we're excited, we're fired up. We want to come down to Pensacola. We want to go fishing on the beach with you guys. How do we do it?
Yeah, man, go to coastal-worldwide.com. That's the easiest way. So our company name, like Blaine's shirt, it's a little backwards, I think, but it's Coastal Worldwide. All you got to do is put a dash in the middle, .com, coastal-worldwide.com. On the website, it has all the information we talked about. It has all the points for what our trip includes. There's some videos on the website, and then there's always the contact form that scrolls with you. At any point, you can just click on it or give the office a call, and we'll get you set up if we have the dates open.
Yeah, there you go. You want to call them sooner than later. If you're coming to Pensacola, give them a call now and let them know because they're booked. They're booking quick.
Christmas and New Year's is slammed right now. Slammed.
All right, guys. I told you guys an hour of your time. I'm done. We did an hour. Thank you very much. That flies by when there's
Yeah.
3 guys that love to fish talking about fishing. Time just flies by.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time, guys. It's the most valuable thing you have. Turn off the news. They're all lying. This is the only place you get the truth, gang. Turn off the news. They're all lying. Left, right, middle, it doesn't matter. It's just a lie. It's all lies. Good luck. Have a great day. Turn off the news.
Or else the news.